morning. Good morning, good morning. Let me just get adjusted here. How's everybody doing? We will be going live very shortly, or we are live. We'll get Josh on here shortly, is what I meant to say. Let me share. Hey Kim, how are you? Thanks for coming on. Let me just do my sharing thing. How are you doing? Steve, how are you? We've got you coming up so you can watch and get ready for yours. What day did we put? We changed your day. You're the 12th now of October. Kim, maybe you should look at coming on as well. What Saturday would you like? It always makes people nervous when I do that to them. I'm doing pretty good. When this finally gets better, I'll be thrilled. We need to get more women on, so let's try to make that happen. I'm just gonna do some sharing here, you guys. Spray foam worldwide. Okay. Well, we don't. So what are you guys doing today? Saturday, how is everybody working? What's going on? Better yet, good morning, Chaz. How are you? Better yet, let's talk about what's in everybody's cup. Judgment-free zone. Judgment-free zone. I'm just always curious what everybody's drinking. Mine is just coffee. Caesar, how are you? I actually, just before I came on, poured my coffee, put my creamer in, went to have a drink out of it, and went, that coffee is not good. So, yeah, had to restart. Zach, good morning. Chris, good morning. We were doing our test run like we always do, so it was, we'll see, we'll make sure, hopefully it all goes well. If our guest of honor, you guys, just so we have a little backstory on that. Josh was my very first guest ever on a coffee with Carla. So that was back I want to say February 2 years ago. So it's cool he's come back, and it was so cool when he came on because it was just, his energy was just amazing, and it was a great show. It really was. Daniel, good morning. Oh, a protein shake. Caesar, you're a good man. Boston runs. Oh, that sounds delicious, Chaz. That sounds just delicious. Chaz, speaking of, I didn't fill out the form because I did, and can you resend it to me? That's all I'll say. Can you please resend it to me so I can fill it out? Good morning, Rusty. How are you? My auntie is on here. Hi, Jackie. Nice to have you on. Let me go back here. Who else do we got? Kim Riley. What is that? Are you saying you're booked every Saturday? I don't think so. Ooh, Steve Jewell. That's a cool place to celebrate your anniversary. Happy anniversary. Good morning, Mike. I thought are you throwing horseshoes? Are you multitasking? Keith, how are you? All right. Good morning, Andrew. Where is our guest? He's still deciding what to wear. I got on the gear, so, Chaz, yes, it will be around for a long time. I'm super excited. And you know what that means? I think you know what that means. That means you need to come on and be a guest. Ooh, is it high school football, Rusty? I gather. He's your grandson, right? Has to be high school, can't be college. You're not old enough to have a grandson in college. Maybe he's busy selling insurance, Chris. I don't know. I'm a little excited to hear. I don't know. He's got a lot of things he wants to share with us, so he better get his butt over here. Ah, okay, Rusty. I was going to say you can't have a grandson in college. Like, get out of here. Did you have to start having kids when you were like 7? Maybe. But, well, it's nice to have you guys all on here. It's always, you guys have, and I will just say this before Josh comes on, that I truly do appreciate every week. You guys are always so, you come on and you show your support for whoever's our guest is, and you guys have really just been there for me, and I am forever grateful for that. You guys have made this platform a very awesome place to be, and it's exactly what I wanted it to be. So, oh my gosh, he's gonna have a purple suit on. Well, he didn't have when we were doing our test run, I was like, he had no shirt on. So it was pretty funny. He's built, yeah, he is for sure. He's got to create this like entrance, it's very dramatic. I wish I had some music. I should have some music. Kim, it really has become a platform. Why I created this was because I wanted it to be exactly what it's turning out to be. And it's creating the platform for people to come on and share their stories who are everyday people. We've all got stories to share, and we can all learn from each other. So that's what I'm excited about, that it's really taken off like that, and I'm thrilled. It won't let you join. Get out of here. Hang on. Try it again, Josh. What would a coffee with Carla be without technical difficulties? Okay, try invite yourself on, Josh. He can't be banned. There he comes. See, it's all good. We're approving this guest. Wouldn't that be something if he couldn't come on? There he is.
We just did this like an hour ago, and it wouldn't even work. It worked fine. I wanted to use my iPad so I could track the comments, and I'm so sorry, everybody, for being 5 minutes late here.
It's all good. We do have an echo, though.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. Are we good? Oh, now we can't hear you.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Did you get headphones?
No, well, I have headphones, but they're not over here. Oh, my gosh.
Uh-oh.
You think I'd have this down by now? I'm a returning guest,
You
know. This is terrible.
That's all good. We'll make it work.
Can you hear me or no?
We can hear you perfectly, but it's the background.
Oh.
The echo.
Let me go outside and grab my headphones.
Yes, Zach, that's right. Oh. So what did you decide to wear?
The shirt, Just
there you go. We'll just take a little tour.
Welcome to Arizona.
It doesn't look sunny there.
It's us today.
Oh. There we go.
This is what I have to use.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. That'll work.
Dan, you're pretty.
Daniel, you're hilarious. See, Rusty, that's
See,
the
Rusty,
thing.
that's the thing.
It always rolls the way it rolls. Never perfect, never scripted. There we go. Good morning,
Okay, is that better?
sir.
Good morning.
Okay.
Let me go get my caffeine.
Get your caffeine. A Coffee with Carla, the most unprofessional Facebook Live you'll ever be a part of, and we like it that way.
This is terrible.
It's all good.
I spent too much time at the gym this morning, so.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
There we go.
Can everybody see the hats? Am I blocking the hats?
You're blocking the hats. Ooh, those are some nice hats, I have to say.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're out there. And, I hope everybody's enjoying them.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So we're set. We're ready.
We're good.
We're good. Welcome back.
Welcome. Thanks for having me here.
You are always welcome to come on. You know that. And you were, as I've been saying, you were my very first guest, and it was all insurance. And it was like, I was thrilled because I was used to be an insurance broker way back when. And you made it an exciting live about insurance. I was so happy.
It's tough to do, insurance, it puts everybody to sleep. No one likes to deal with the paperwork aspect of the business, and that's something that I do. I do help a lot of people with their insurance, but I also help them start businesses, like their LLC or corporation.
Okay.
People do need help with that too, and I've done that so many times I can do it in minutes.
Yeah.
But, it's been a lot of fun in the last year and a half or so.
Hasn't
been a while
it?
since we had a little live here.
That's right.
We got a lot of topics to talk about.
Holy smokes. So, yeah, what's been happening in the last year and a half?
Well, we practically sell everybody insurance now.
Yeah.
So, it's very few people, people gave us a shot that first year to give them a quote, and they're kind of holding out to see our experience and, how we were going to work with people in the marketplace. And, we had tremendous success. So, we deliver products and solutions that people need. We deliver coverage and pricing, and, that's what people need is, expert advice about insurance. So it's pretty fun to be the insurance guy for a group of, rowdy contractors that know how to, insulate, and, it's so cool. Like, I have people from Maine to California, Washington to Florida. I have a guy up in Alaska. So it's really, really awesome, and everywhere in between. So, it's a lot of fun learning about different places and their cultures and different business practices. And, I'm really blessed to be a part of this group. Spray Foam Worldwide is just the best group on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I think it's always going to be that way. There's no equals, but there's a lot of imitators out there. But, it's
nothing
just
like it.
Right, it's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean? And,
yeah,
so
that is right. When did you come into Worldwide? How did you come into that group?
I sent a request, and I forgot who approved it, but I had a couple questions back and forth, and it was in December of 2016.
Oh, okay.
2017. Yeah. So I had been researching insulation because I live here in Arizona, and I found spray foam. And, I started looking at groups and stuff, and I found that group, and I was like, you know what, I'd like to see if I can sell insurance to these people. And I had insured some of the biggest SPFA members, and they mentioned the trade show, and, I think the group is a great representation of the association. There's a lot of, members in both groups. So it's great to rub elbows and go meet people, and they invited me to that trade show. So we went to another trade show. And
you've
brought
been
a robot this time.
Yeah, you did.
And I think that was a pretty big hit for everybody.
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest things Mike and I put together, and the video layering was so much fun.
Yeah.
We had to remove some of that stuff for obvious reasons, but it was a lot of fun. And, we're doing really well. you guys don't realize your purchasing power. Everybody's buying insurance, and it's really awesome when everybody's not having claims, and we're going to get pricing pushed down for you. There's so many like amazing stories that I want to share. Like I don't even know where to start. It's
I
hard to
know.
just jump in on topic with Carla here.
I
But
know. So you just go for it and give us start with I don't know. I don't know.
yeah,
Pick one.
so all right. Well, last time we were just getting started, and
Yes.
maybe we'll work in reverse this time. So,
Okay.
we have a bombshell here, and this week we purchased equipment to put together a spray foam rig, and so we
Wow.
will have our own rig for a rescue situation if yours gets burned, stolen, hit by lightning, equipment breakdown. So it'll be a really nice feature. And I know I'm based out of Phoenix, Arizona, but I have friends everywhere, and I have a bunch of truckers that I insure, so
Yeah.
I could have that picked up and dropped off anytime.
Holy
And yeah, it was a big deal, and there's like a
wow.
lot of behind the scenes action to get this stuff. And
Right.
here in Arizona, we have licensing and bonding and other requirements to get legal. So we're gonna
Hmm.
have to jump through those hurdles, and it's a lot of fun. Like I can't wait to pull up to a job site with my rig and pump some foam with people, and like it's really exciting.
That's
So
awesome. When did
yeah.
so this just happened?
This just happened, like
Holy
literally,
cow.
like in the last 48 hours. So I
Wow.
dropped a lot of money here, putting together a
Yeah.
trailer, generator, compressor, proportioner, pumps, hoses, guns. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm
And
trying to do some stuff used, obviously,
right.
but I'll have to buy some new stuff soon. So, oh,
Very
there's Dave
cool.
George right there.
Very
So,
cool.
Chris.
So
Uh,
who's gonna who are you getting trained by?
Well, I have a group of brothers, I call them,
Yes.
and I can make a phone call and have my brothers show up. I got big bros,
Yeah.
California, Arizona,
Yeah.
Utah, Texas. Robert Cockerell, he's a
Yeah.
hired gun, so I got him on deck. He already told me he'd fly out. Chris Benavides, Rusty Schrader, all the
Very
guys you
cool.
want to help you succeed.
Oh,
So
that's
it's cool to
super.
have a
That's
stacked deck
awesome.
of aces. So
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
yeah,
So you it can go anywhere across the states.
yeah. We're gonna make sure it's legal, like 100%.
Yeah.
So like you won't be able to do it, if there's whatever the situation is, it's going to be a real tightly controlled thing. But
For sure.
yeah, it'll be just for our customers in case a situation happens and you need something. And like we're going to make sure it's maintained properly and stored properly. And I got a bunch of little projects around here too that I
Hmm.
want to do, like my mom's house and my sister's house and things like that. So I'll be able to work on that. And my friend Larry and I are going to start building some barn dominiums too. After seeing Clint and all the other guys doing that, it's
Yeah.
my friend Larry's a contractor. He's got 40 years of experience, and he's actually going to help me build my rig too. All my stuff's out of his house. He's got a trailer and everything, so I'm
Wow.
pretty excited.
Here's what I do know about you, Josh, is you do not let the grass grow under your feet very long. You're
No,
always
I
always got something going on.
work
That's amazing.
24/7. Like
You
I
really
can't even
do.
tell you. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
you really
um,
do.
yeah, like
That,
I always I don't know if it's ADHD or whatever, but it's my superpower,
yeah,
and like a lot of people don't realize like it's hard to be entertained for 25 years in the same career. And
right.
like I love helping everybody out and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I sell insurance, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and that's what I want to do. But I want to help all my people succeed in every way possible. So if you're on my team, like you have a 5,000-pound gorilla behind you and you don't even
Right.
know it,
Yeah.
and like sometimes people call me and they are calling me to troubleshoot spray foam issues now,
Oh, that's
and that's
awesome.
pretty interesting. And,
Yeah.
again, I have like a couple people on deck that I just dial up real quick and I'm like, hey, call this guy and
Right.
help him out. But it's pretty neat. And it's all because, Spray Foam Mike and
Mhm.
Carla, I can't believe like how we've positioned ourselves in the last few years here,
It's pretty
and it's
crazy.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And I know like you and the three of us, it's funny because it's now when I'm talking with Mike about stuff, he's like, "Oh, Josh is calling." I'm like, "This is my time now." We have a custody battle over Mike.
It's really bitter. I just want you to know, like every time I call him and he's like, "I'm sorry, Carla," I'm like, "Carla won," I'm keeping
Yeah.
count. Like you don't think I am, but you know.
Oh, that's
I Bart
hilarious.
just put down the joke about the circle of trust, and
Yes, the
it's so
circle
funny.
hashtag circle of trust.
But it's like a joke, but it's totally serious at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you can call anybody in this group and get help at any time, and it's like all hands on
Right.
deck, and that's like what's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. And that's why we're doing this too. Is there have been issues for my clients that they were down and they lost some work,
Mm-hmm.
and how awesome it would
Right.
be to say, hey, you got to drive 8 hours each way, but I'll meet you in the middle,
You
and
right.
that would be a pretty cool place to be. And
That is going to be a cool place to be for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
we I like rescuing people. Larry broke down. He was driving back from Michigan, and he broke down on this like crazy hill in northern Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to go pick up his trailer. The trailer brakes were out, and I got him home safe so he could get back to work. And it's kind of the same thing. Like we want to be there for everybody. And I think somebody just showed up here. Just a second.
Do we have a surprise guest?
I don't know, maybe. Like I was joking around with people to come stop by during my live.
Oh, there we go. Okay, well, let's see who it is. All right, we'll just talk amongst ourselves. And if there is a giveaway happening, so I don't have a clue what it is, but I'm gonna assume it's probably, maybe those hats in the background might have something to do with it.
Some of these are for people,
Yeah.
like we had some requests, that Foam Life shirt that Doug Kramer came out with.
Right.
Someone said he wanted a matching shirt, so I had to get this.
Ah,
and,
cool.
I owe my man Steve Jewell. Steve Jewell is, there's a little place in my heart for Steve Jewell.
Yeah.
So some of these are his, and I need to
Awesome.
mail them. Dan Kennard's another guy.
Yeah.
But we have some Golden State Warriors hats that the guys wanted. So
Very
we
cool.
got those done.
Yeah.
And these are really nice hats. This is Mitchell and Nez. So these are the same hats that the NBA uses.
Very nice.
And so these are like really nice. And we have some orange ones. I think Cole Fletcher wanted orange and pink.
Ah, yeah, right.
And I don't know how you mix that, but I
Orange
guess
and
it
pink?
works sometimes.
Yeah. Whatever
Job
works.
site,
Yeah.
cool.
So I
And
guess.
then we have the ladies ones.
Yeah,
So,
mine's back here.
yeah.
There's mine.
Oh, there it is.
It's always there. So yeah. What would you say? I guess you know what?
Should we give away a hat?
Do you want to give away a hat? Yeah, let's give away
right.
a hat. Go
All
go
right.
for it.
So, what's a good question to ask? Just, what's the best installation? First person to answer in the comments. Let's see
Okay.
who answers first. You can type a message.
Okay.
I'll take the TV.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rusty. That's
The TV's not up.
We'll give away this one. This is a
Okay.
good hat. This
Yeah.
is like a tactical hat that the SWAT team has. This is like the best hat.
Very cool.
Very comfy.
Okay.
So,
And so what's the
did anybody
question?
post something yet? What's the best installation? Spray foam. Chaz
there we
Costa.
go.
There you go, buddy.
Okay, very good.
Send me your address in the PM, please.
There we
I
go.
think I have your address.
I guess you know what I want to ask you, because this is a question I see all the time, still comes up in the group, it's about overspray. Can you talk about overspray for a minute? And insurance.
Overspray is so important, and like even this week we had a guy send me his policy to review.
Yeah.
And he's been buying insurance for 13 years from the same agent, and the agent is 3 miles from his house. And this is someone who calls him once a year to show up and do paperwork and make a payment, and that's it. Okay. And he called me up and he's like, I'm tired of just showing up and not knowing anything. And he goes, I want to know what I'm covered for.
Right.
And so, this week I went through his policy with him, and from start to finish, and he didn't have overspray coverage. And
Wow.
he's like, I do roofing. What happens if I'm out there roofing and, I'm at an airport and
Yeah.
there's overspray on $1 million plane? I was
Right.
like, that's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
So, a lot of guys do let me know ahead of time what they plan on doing, but projects do pop up all the time that are unique. And I have text messages 24 hours a day. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm doing an epoxy floor. I'm doing a dam. Whatever the project could be, you could check with me really quick and make sure you're covered. And
Right.
it's so lucky that we went through his policy, and I priced out a quote, and it was funny. We were $200 more, and it was nothing. But now he has $1 million in coverage for overspray.
Right.
So, for him, it was a no-brainer, to have coverage or not. He had no coverage. And one of the cool things about our insurance carrier is they allow pollution liability, which is your off-ratio spray foam. So
okay.
he also added off-ratio spray foam, which a lot of general liability companies do exclude.
Right.
And that was a coverage that I was able to get added to this program because everybody
Nice.
needs it.
Yeah.
And so, we have a really targeted, tailored program for everybody.
Right.
And it's pretty awesome.
What would you
So we're
say? Oh, I don't know. What would you say would be the thing that people miss on their insurance policy that is something that every contractor should have? What is the thing that they miss on that?
So many people don't have coverage on their tools.
Right.
And it's like they have a basic general
They
liability
think it's
policy, 'cause
covered.
that's yeah, and again, they just need it. They need the insurance to get the job, and there's the struggle of how much insurance do you want to buy? Because you could buy insurance all day. You could blow all of your money, all of your profit on every little insurance item.
Right.
But you have to pick and choose which risks you want to cover.
Right.
And so, you want to definitely cover overspray and off-ratio spray foam.
Yeah.
Because those are two big ones. But you also want to cover your equipment, because if someone steals your tools, they burn down in a fire, they get, hit by lightning or whatever it is. It's just, it's really crazy, to not have coverage on your tools. And, sometimes people call me up and they just want tool coverage and they're just getting started and that's all they have.
Yeah.
And that's fine. They don't need workers' comp or commercial auto or, an umbrella policy. But, there's so many big companies too that they just don't know where everything's covered.
Right.
It's insane how there's people in this group that have 6 different companies that I insure with 30 different trucks and all different trailers and all sorts of employees.
Right.
And it's kind of a scary thing when I'm sitting there is this guy covered? Well, I need
Right.
to check real quick because there's so much going on with this one person.
Right.
This guy's hired and fired and hired again, and it's really difficult. But we want to make sure that everything's covered. And I wake up in the middle of the night, I swear to you, and I'm like, oh my God,
remember it.
Oh, good, I did this right.
Remember it. Are you kidding? I used to drive back to the office sometimes on the weekend because we were closed on the weekends, and I would be like, I'm pretty sure I didn't do that for that person. And I'd go back to the office and it would have been done, but it was like, oh, I had many sleepless nights when I was an insurance broker going, okay, because I dealt with a lot of farms. Right. So there's all kinds of stuff there too, that it's like, we had a guy that he thought all his buildings were covered and his barn burnt down and it was not covered because it was one of those policies that had been around forever. The broker handling it just made that, didn't even think about it. But yeah, so that is when you're an insurance broker, if you care about your people, you really, it goes home with, you can't not bring it home with you. But Bill wanted you to touch on the off ratio coverage again.
Right, and so did Steve.
Yeah.
So what's really awesome is if you, and I've seen it happen, and I don't know if the applicator's having a bad day or a bad week or whatever it is, but I've seen it where they're just trying to get material on, and it's like they have to get the job done and they don't realize it's slightly off or not reacting correctly. Right. They're just getting board foot on because that's how they get paid.
Yeah.
And so with off ratio spray foam, if there's a problem, we have to have a third party go in there and investigate, which is going to be, like an adjuster.
Yeah.
And, the adjuster is going to instantly know, like, this is either on ratio or not. They can do tests real quickly to check density and even smell and touch and look. There's so many different things that off ratio is. And so, like, if there's off ratio spray foam, it's going to be remediated by another third party company. And then they're going to go in there and clean it all out till it's okay. And then, that's what's covered. They're not going to cover to put new spray foam in, but they'll cover the removal. And a lot of chemical companies don't realize this, but right now they're the only people with chemical insurance coverage, except for the contractors that have bought it through me and maybe some of the larger companies that are aware of their pollution liability.
Right.
But like, there's so many people that are, in like, you're actually going to be the one getting hit by a lawsuit because this small contractor doesn't have the coverage. And so like, it's actually like, it makes the chemical company, they need to make sure that their contractors have the right coverage at the same time, because they don't want to pay for a claim that's not their fault. And, it's actually really interesting how, insurance is all about subrogation. That's the core tenet about insurance, and subrogation means the responsible party pays. So, but like attorneys, the people out there suing contractors for not putting a handicap sign up or for whatever little thing, they can, they're going to take everybody to court and they're going to figure out whose policy can pay, and it's going to get assigned to you. And that's one of the things too, is like, anybody can sell you an insurance policy, but like I see so many claims as a commercial lines insurance agent that like I know how a lot of claims are going to happen, and I know like, hey, you don't want to go to court. Let's just fix this over here real quick because this is going to blow up, and the judge is going to look at this poor little lady and say, hey, fix her house. So you might as well fix it now.
We used to have like, that would be the thing that I would say to them, if the word lawyer is going to come out of your mouth, that's when I can't help you anymore. Like, let's try and do this before that happens, because once it happens, there's nothing we can do for you. That was always like, oh, please don't say that word, unless it was serious, like unless it needed to happen. But
and there's reasons for that too.
For
like
sure,
I see
there
lawsuits
is.
and I'm like, oh, this had to go to court.
Of
you know
course,
what I mean?
absolutely,
And, again, like I try to get things settled and mitigated before they go to court.
Yeah.
So like, if you have a situation where you have an angry customer, have them call your insurance agent. Like I am so understanding and compassionate. Like I'm like a divorce attorney. I'm gonna give them a hug. And, make sure everything's okay. And don't worry, I'll take care of this. And we're going to make sure everything's okay. Like, we want your customers to be 100% taken care of. We don't want them to have any issues, but it's like, that was a little bit of a bad joke. But like, how everybody says they're so understanding, but like, I will make sure that your customer doesn't leave a complaint on the Better Business Bureau or the licensing. I'm going to let them know you have good insurance coverage. It's going to get taken care of. Like, there's a lot of things that I will listen to them vent all day. And a lot of times, I appreciate our customers understanding that, I'm on the phone and I'll call them right back, but I deal with stuff like that almost every single week. And, it's part of my job. And, I want to always, represent our customers well and make sure that, they're, going to get the situation resolved to their benefit. And we even tell customers, like their customers, like, hey, your contractor's not responsible for this.
Right.
The spray foam was installed correctly, and then, your plumber or electrician came behind to fix some stuff, and, our contractor can't go out there and fix it for free. Like, you need to pay him a trip charge to come patch this up, or, there's all sorts of projects like that on roofing too. So you have the AC guys rip off an AC unit, and they don't touch up the curb or do anything, and then it leaks, and then our roofers get a claim, and I have to tell the building owner, hey, listen, I'm sorry you had the HVAC guys up there, but, that's not the roofer who was there 3 years ago.
Right.
And I've had to call the judge, I've had to write letters to court, I've had to tell the opposing counsel, your lawsuit's wrong, and I do it all day. That's what my job is to make sure that, and at the same time, claims do happen that are legitimate, and we try to get those covered as fast as possible. So we've had a contractor in California had their rig broken into and all their equipment stolen. They got their check within 72 hours from the insurance company.
Wow.
They bought new equipment, and then the police found their old equipment, and the insurance company let them buy it back at half price.
Wow.
So like we have a lot going on with claims, and
Yeah.
we always want to make sure that guy just grew his business because he got all his equipment
Right.
back.
Yeah.
And it was pretty lucky how that turned out.
Yeah,
but
for
not
sure.
every insurance agent's going to know that. I had a claim this week from a guy in Washington. It got brought up. He might have been in Oregon, but an insurance agent paid $24,000 for an overspray claim on a car. And it was like, wow, that's like custom body work. That's like
Yeah.
fresh paint job everywhere,
Right.
new upholstery. Like, I'm not sure why that claim was overpaid. That's my
Wow.
other part, is making sure these claims get paid as little as possible.
Right.
So that our group of insulators and roofers and concrete slab jackers
Yeah.
have the lowest rates possible. And I've been really doing a good job managing
Yeah.
claims.
If somebody has a claim, I don't know how it works there, but up here, if somebody had a claim and it went and there was an adjuster involved, and my customer had an issue with that adjuster, because it happens, are they allowed, can they ask for a new adjuster? Because I've seen that happen too. We could ask for a new adjuster. I don't know,
Our
does it work?
adjusters
Does it work
are
down
on
there?
your team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like when they're on your team,
Yeah.
they want however the adjustment needs to come out in your favor is how it's going to get worked out. As little or as much as possible. But again, like with tool coverage, a lot of people also don't know that sometimes their policies have depreciation built in. And,
Right.
So they're not getting that full replacement cost.
Right.
And so that's another part that we're trying to make sure that they're aware of, and take pictures and make sure you maintain it real well, because then you'll get a higher number. And we try to coach people as best we can. And a lot of people are, they know more about this than I do, maintaining their equipment. Like, I'm just making sure they have some good photo angles to show the underwriter
Right.
before. So,
because because it means something to you and it's valuable to you does not mean the dollar value is the same.
Right. And there's other stuff too, like some things like go up in value because
Right.
of inflation or replacement costs. Like the Boss hydraulic was $13,000 at the beginning of this year. You go buy that right now, it's $22,000.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if your insurance policy isn't matching that change in price and you had a loss, like you're in not a happy place if you want that same Boss hydraulic proportioner.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like this is a really hard thing to Jeremiah, your deductible is your choice. So we just pick out like what you want. But yeah.
So the higher the deductible, the lower your premium, correct?
Right, but it's not always that much. Like somebody switching from 1,000 to 2,500
is not a
saves
big
you
deal.
$30 a year.
Right.
Right. So I would never even do that. I price it out as I'm talking to people to see. But sometimes I'm just like, you might as well have a $500 deductible.
Right.
Like there's I'm an advocate for low deductibles, especially on auto insurance.
Yeah.
Because when you get in a wreck, the last thing you want to do is fork out a lot of money to get your car fixed when it's not your fault. If that's always kind of where I've come from. But we have 20 viewers. And so when we have some viewers, I want to know everybody that has an XL size t-shirt, because we have so many XL t-shirts. If you write XL down here, I'll contact you after the live and I'll send you an XL t-shirt.
There
so
we go.
20 viewers on a live is pretty big.
That's pretty good.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it's awesome.
I always watch your numbers.
I know,
so.
I watch them too. I'll send you stats after, which I always do for everybody. They're very cool because it shows like where people are watching, age groups, men, women. Like it's very cool. It's very cool.
And for the people who aren't XL, like Mike is always making t-shirts for me. So maybe the next time I'm on Coffee with Carla, we'll get you the size t-shirt that you need. So
yeah. What other things would you say that, so tool coverage is one, what would be the second thing that people miss that they should probably have that's important, that would be overlooked?
Besides the overspray, so like number 3 would be, like who's covering employees. So, so many people in construction avoid workers' comp insurance because it's so expensive. Like in Michigan, for a roofer, it's like 85%. So you pay a guy $100, you got to pay $85 for workers' comp on that
Oh
guy.
my,
You
wow.
know,
Okay.
right? California's $56 for a roofer. It's unbelievable the cost of insurance, and that's what we're trying to do is talk to these insurance companies and show them like those high steep roofers. Yeah, those guys have claims, but not
Yeah.
these low slope
Yeah.
spray foam guys. And so that's a pretty big delineation. But yeah, we're working every day trying to beat the carriers up on pricing, and
Hmm.
it helps when people send stuff back. And Steve Jewell asked a minute ago if I could do insurance over in
I saw
England,
that. Yeah.
and yeah, the answer is yes. I could go take a test there, and what's funny is I sell Lloyd's of London insurance every day of the week. I
Nice.
talked to those guys in England this week.
Yeah.
So like Tuesday, I was calling the UK,
Yeah.
and yeah.
I used to deal with them
So
as well. Yeah.
yeah, it's a small world nowadays, and I'm supposed to fly up to Canada and take the test, but it's just like life is so
It's
tough, like
yeah. Well, and
balancing work and
you've got
yeah.
a daughter that's how old?
She's 12, going on 16,
My
and
gosh. Yeah.
so it's really tough.
She when you post a picture of her, it's just she looks, her smile is exactly the same as yours. Like it's the same, lights up you guys, it lights up your faces, and she's beautiful, and you are gonna have to be staying home. You can't be
Oh, you.
traveling.
It's really tough. Like, you have no
Yeah.
idea. She was telling me about a little boy flirting with her this week, and I'm
Oh,
like, what's his name? You know?
you guys always crack me up, like, because you all know what's going on.
Right. And I don't know how to handle it, And honestly, like, it's tough. Like,
Men
I
with
know she's supposed
daughters,
to
yeah.
be, strong and independent,
Right.
beautiful and smart, but no one else is supposed to know that.
That's right. It's a catch-22. It's a catch-22. But yeah, like,
It's so hard.
so is she like involved in sports and stuff, or like, because how do you, so how, okay, I'm going to ask you this question that women get asked all the time. How do you manage the work-life balance?
Right. Well, as everybody knows, I wake up like super early,
Yes.
and I hit the gym, and like my East Coast guys love that because they
Yeah.
can IM me or call me and kind of check in or get a cert or make a payment or whatever they need.
Yeah.
And that's really handy. And then between like 7:45 and 8:30, I'm kind of being dad.
Yeah.
And I take her to school, I make her lunch, I drop her off or get her out the door to the bus.
Yeah.
And and then after school, I'm either picking her up or taking her somewhere. But yeah, this week I had to stop work and take her to the doctor because she had some crazy migraines.
Oh.
And it's just part of life. And
Yeah.
but I love being a dad, and she's my best friend.
Yeah.
And we like have a lot of fun together with our dogs.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. And all my friends. They have kids and they bring them over, and my sister and my brother and stuff. So she has a bunch of little friends in our neighborhood, and she actually has a sleepover right now. They're upstairs asleep still. It's
Ah,
like
there you go. Yeah.
8:40 here.
Yeah.
But
No, well, it's
so
hard though, and it's, what's nice is you work out of home, right?
right, I do,
Yeah.
and so that helps. But we do have office space too that we can go to, and I go to it a lot just to kind of get out of the
Have a
house.
change of scene.
Right, but sometimes it's like I don't even have time to drive down there because so many people are calling me like
Yeah.
Mondays and Fridays. I'll never have the extra 30 minutes to drive to the office.
Right.
Like each way, it's just
Yeah.
impossible. And it's really this group has really kept me busy. It's like always buying and selling equipment, adding this, checking that.
Right.
And so it's nice to have a full workload. Like, some insurance agents, and even in the past, I've worked like 30 hours a week and been happy with that, and now it's like 100,
Yeah.
So it's like,
One extreme to
but,
the other.
right.
Yeah.
Work 24/7,
Yeah.
mantra, it's definitely taken hold. So
Right.
it's really awesome.
What did you just
But,
post? It was about something to do with certificates you posted. What was
right.
that?
We have an app that people can put on their phone, and they can issue certs just like I can. And these are real Accord 25 certificates. I know like a lot of people when they are shopping for insurance, they see that Next Insurance app, and Next Insurance has like basic pro plus. That's not real insurance. Okay, like what the heck is that? You
Okay.
know? And then they give you a certificate of insurance that's not the industry standard. So they give you like their own certificate. You don't know what coverage you have. It's a manuscript policy. You don't know if you have overspray. You don't know if you're covered for roofing,
Right.
insulation, slab jacking. You just get this thing, and that's what we try to compete against is apps and stuff like that. And I'm a real person. You can call me and verify your stuff, and you're gonna know. But that InsureLink app, people are downloading it. We see so many people issuing certs, like 3,000 a week out of there. That
Wow.
it helps people get jobs because you're saying to people, "Hey, I have insurance. Make sure
Right.
that other bid you get, he has insurance because if something happens, I'm covered." And so
Right.
you want to use every tool in your toolbox to get those jobs.
For
And by
sure.
issuing certs, we've noticed our contractors do better.
Yeah.
So use it as a selling tool.
Right.
But
Oh, that's cool. So
yeah,
what's the, say the name of the app again?
InsureLink.
InsureLink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Um, what else was I going to ask you? So what else, tell us what else has been going on.
Well, just life and work is going good, and my daughter's great,
Mm-hmm.
and fall break will be coming up soon, so I might take a day or two off then. But
Nice.
just got a lot of stuff. Mike and I are doing some shenanigans.
Yeah.
ICAA is coming up. So
Yes.
if anybody comes to Phoenix for ICAA, hit me up, and I'll get you some swag and shake your hand. And that's what's so fun about these trade shows that I've been starting to go to is
Mm-hmm.
meeting people for the first time in real life. We talk to people on Facebook
Yeah.
live all the time, but giving them a handshake or a hug is pretty awesome.
It's,
And
yeah, for sure.
so like I want to invite everybody to the SPFA 2020.
Yeah.
Like I know it's kind of at a sensitive time around Valentine's Day, from like the 10th to the 14th. But everybody needs to make it down and meet in person, and it's so much fun going out and going through the trade show together, and
Yeah.
it's just a lot of fun. So I know you're going to be there this year.
I'm going to be there this year, and I've said that 2 years in a row. This year, I really mean it. No, I meant it every other year too. It just didn't work. But this year, I've said to Rex, like, we need to be there. I want him there too. And he's like, well, why do I need to go? I'm like, people know who you are. Get out of here. You need to come too.
He's totally a celebrity.
He's,
Yeah,
he's his
and
own celebrity, right?
mhm.
But no, we both want to come. So yes, absolutely. I think, and Valentine's Day is one of those funny days for me. I'm not a big Valentine's Day person, so like it doesn't matter to me. But I know it is sensitive for some people, yes.
Right.
We can go
Well,
there and show up and
personally,
love each other at the conference, right?
right, it's the Rose Bowl,
That's right.
Pasadena. Come on,
Come
like
on,
it's
it's
pretty.
get
Yeah,
going. It'll be
I'm gonna
awesome.
have the best looking T-shirts. Like I can only tell you. And Mike
Awesome.
we're already got the design laid out,
Very
and
cool.
yeah, we're pretty excited about this one. And we're trying to figure out like the booth situation. So
Yeah.
waiting for get a call back and get that reserved. Pretty
Yeah.
exciting. And but yeah, maybe we can do something live down there.
I
And
think so. I think
what do you
so.
got going on?
What do I have
I
going
know you're the
on?
queen of social now.
I don't know if
So.
I call it the queen, but it's
Yeah.
we've got like I'm booked like Coffee with Carla. I was saying before you came on, it's really taken off like crazy in the last little bit here. We are booking into oh, I've got Saturday, November 30th is the next time somebody can come on. So it's like every Saturday is booked from now until then.
I
It's
know, and you got like the who's who of foam too. Like,
and what's
it's just amazing to
what's
me. Like,
awesome about it is everybody has asked to come on. Like it's not me hounding people going, okay, except for Jennifer Edwards. Where Dave George and I are working on Jennifer Edwards, but we need to get some more. We need to get some more of our girls on here. Like we need to see them too.
well, I'm gonna throw Kim Riley under the bus right here.
I
So,
know
I know
she
she's
should
a
be
hardworking
on.
woman. She's a foamer,
Yeah.
and she's out there
Amber
supporting her husband in the field every
Shores.
day. Amber Shores is
Yeah.
another one. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't
There's
know.
there's a ton they
Yeah,
need to come on.
Kimberly Orr is another one.
Yeah.
So,
We're
I'm a
okay.
good bus driver. Yeah.
Names are all out there, so like now we got to get them on.
Justin Poole,
Justin Poole. Yeah, we've got some people that are hiding in the shadows who don't say, but we got to get them out here. I was working on getting Wendell on, so we're still working on that one.
Wendell's an awesome
I
guy,
know.
and I can only tell you, like, he may not be in the limelight all the time,
Right.
but so many people tell me they call him and he delivers expert advice. And I got a Wendell Gossett fixture over here, and that's why we have these orange hats. So
Right.
you can kind of match up your outfit.
There you
And,
go. Yeah.
so,
And no, there's Clemens. Clemens is another one. We got to get him on. We need some
Clemens is
good conspiracy theory conversation on a coffee with Carla.
I think he just jokes around. I know I joke around sometimes and people don't get it, and I think I'm hilarious in my head. And then like I'm the only person who gets the joke, and I'm like trying to explain it to people.
Yeah, it's like
and
it's
I'm like,
not the
Never
same.
mind. Right?
Yeah.
I know. If you didn't get it instantly, you missed it.
Yeah.
So it's okay. And
No.
Mark Gordos was the one who told me about that, and I didn't catch it at first too, but. We all need someone who says the craziest thing that everybody doesn't think about. And
That's
it's
right.
just for comic relief. And
Yeah.
it actually gets me through my week. I'm always looking for Clemens,
I know.
It's
It's like, he comes like, what's gonna be said? What's he gonna say now? And people do. They're like, they don't get it, but it's like, yeah, that's just what he's doing. And if he's not, singing along to his radio in his truck,
right.
We should have a karaoke version, maybe.
Karaoke at this first spray foam in Mobile, Corey Poping and I, we threw down the mic.
Oh,
so,
man.
I'm hoping we get some more karaoke time in Pasadena. I've been making songs up, okay?
Awesome.
So we're going to have really good karaoke songs.
There we go.
I'm trying to set the scene here for people so they come.
Right, I know. Can you imagine? Dave George just popped back on. See if Dave's there and there's karaoke. Come on.
Funny story about Dave is he sent me a T-shirt and he's like way up in Canada.
Yes.
And he has this Super Dave logo on his shirt. Mm-hmm. And whenever I wear that shirt, people ask me about spray foam.
Really?
So it's like the craziest thing. And
that's awesome.
I've landed like 2 jobs because of that Super Dave shirt.
Oh my gosh. See, the swag works, people. The swag works.
It totally does.
Yes. That's funny.
Well, I hope Mark doesn't quit, singing, and I hope he comes to the SPF.
Yeah, you can still sing. You can still sing. It's all good.
Yeah. It's still good. We're not judgy.
No, we're not judgy. Judgment free. Judgment free. That's why I always say, whatever's in your cup, no judgment. It's all good.
I'm so glad you said that today. Because,
what are you drinking, though? That's
Mama
something...
Carla normally does comment on my bang a little bit.
I don't like your bang. I was just giving Jennifer Edwards heck about that, too.
It's how you crawl out of the grave in the morning. It's like, oh.
I can't help it. It's what I do. I have to say it, because I love you.
One of us has to say it too. That's what, like Clemens. You're on the other side.
That's right. Yes. So what else?
You got going on?
Well, I was just going to say, what have you got going on? What else have you've always got a number of things going on. So outside of insurance, you've got the rig, which is very cool.
Mm-hmm. We got some other stuff coming out, and I don't want to drop all the bombshells on this live because I'm all about timing and positioning and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not kidding. Like, I'm really excited about the next few months, and I'm hoping to change the face of the insurance industry for our industry. So we're already collecting millions of dollars in premium from contractors.
Right.
Why don't we have our own insurance company?
Right.
And so, you know what I mean? Like, we might as well, put in and have a co-op. And hey, guess what? We all put in and we only had this one little small claim. Okay, great. Let's roll it over to next year. And, everybody can pay a little bit less next year. So,
right.
And then you can tailor the coverage exactly the way you need. Overspray, off ratio, workers' comp, auto. I'm working on this thing for this guy right now. And these are like the most stringent insurance requirements I've ever seen. and he's got this really big, like 65,000 square foot job, and they want like $6 million in workers' comp coverage. I've gone to like 15
Wow.
different insurance companies to get quotes, and he has the best insurance coverage. And it's like I'm like spinning my wheels for 2 weeks on this.
Yeah.
And if we had an insurance carrier that had like a reinsurance carrier behind it, then we could just write that coverage. Oh, you need that? Okay.
Yeah.
And then okay, it's $3,500, or whatever the number is.
Right.
But it would be real easy to do that. And that's all insurance is financing your risk.
It
Like
really
people
is.
don't realize that.
Yeah.
Like you're spreading your payments over a longer period of time, kind of like health insurance.
Yeah.
You need it sometimes, but not all the time. But yeah, I'm like really looking forward to that. And I've been working so hard with everybody to make sure their paperwork's correct, get their loss runs, get their policies,
Yeah.
get the best pricing. And I really want people to start thinking like, do I have the right coverage? And everybody does. That's actually what's awesome about this group is people do call me and think about it and double check it for
Yeah.
themselves. I know in other industries, people are not thinking like this. They're like, I
Nope.
need the cheapest thing. Josh, I need a piece of paper.
Right.
Josh, I got $500. Okay. I need a
Yeah.
favor. And I'm like, that's insurance fraud, but whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't do stuff like that.
No.
But yeah, like it's a real critical part.
Yeah.
And we plan on making more content. I was going to do this big insurance bit today, but the screen didn't work for me, so it's like the glare. But
Right.
I want everybody to add themselves to Foam Stars. That's something that Mike is working on.
Yeah.
It's a great map, and I can see Steve Jewell isn't up there in the UK. You can't really see, but
Yeah.
Steve, you need
Get
to
on
add,
that map.
CWIS. And these are all backlinks to your website, and we're driving traffic through Foam Stars. So
Yeah.
hopefully you guys get quotes and leads and calls from that website. And Mike does a ton of work on every segment of the websites and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And it's like we spend thousands of dollars a month for social signals, for backlinks, for all sorts of things
Yeah.
to drive that website through the roof. And this isn't a website talk today. This is just insurance, but we want everybody to be successful. So if you
Yeah.
need some help, let us know. And I know Carla, you've been doing great with everybody's social stuff. Everybody tells me, I didn't know how important it is. And you know how we butt heads sometimes?
Yeah.
And you're like, every day, Josh, every day. And I'm like, only the best, only the best. And that's just professional, it's professional
Yeah.
arguments.
Yes.
Like I'm always
Yeah.
like, I never post unless it's a great something, you know what I mean? Like I post a little bit, but
It all goes
I
hand
think
in hand, right?
Right, it does.
Yeah.
So,
It's all good. It's yeah, and the thing is too, just because with Mike is he flies, I always say to him, you fly under the radar and people don't really know everything you can do. And that's maybe, part of his secret power, but
if anybody's seen the movie The Meg, you have this megalodon shark existing in this little, sea underneath the sea until scientists go find it, and then he's like eating everybody. That's Mike. Like people don't realize.
They don't.
And, he's pretty, undercover, and he's a real humble guy. And I know he kind of just likes to get by, so he's not a real flashy type person.
Right.
But he's a real powerful ally.
He really is.
It's kind of interesting, how we met through him, kind of.
Yeah.
And this is like so amazing. Like,
it really is.
It's still like kind of a trip to me, like how everything is, and I can't even tell you, like I'm gonna go respond to all these comments after.
There's a
live
ton.
here, but yeah, there's so many.
Yeah.
And, it's pretty cool.
I think it's key that people understand that, it's especially with insurance. Insurance, that word, it's almost like I used to say, it's like people think it's like this, it's a horrible word, insurance. It's got this bad stigma around it. And if you've got the right person like you, I mean, it doesn't have to be a bad word, and it's not a bad thing. And everybody, we got to change that. And it is already happening. It is being changed. But I remember standing in trade shows as an insurance broker, and we would have a draw for like shirts or mugs or whatever it was. And people wouldn't even look at us. Like they'd walk by and I'm like, you can put your name in. And they thought we were doing it to get back then, to get leads to call them for a quote. And I finally stood there and I said, if you put your name in here, we're not going to call you. Oh, okay. We were like, I said, we were like the Mary Kay booth. Like everybody walked by.
Right.
Like, don't talk, don't make eye contact. It's like, we're not
It's
bad
so
people.
funny
We're not
how
bad
people
people.
want a quote from me. People call me and they
Yeah.
send me an IM and they're like, I want a quote. I do roofing.
Yeah.
I do $1 million of roofing.
Mm-hmm.
What's the price? And I'm like, there's so many other factors. I need like
Right.
20 minutes of your time.
This
Okay.
isn't
And
just,
like,
yeah, here's the
right.
number.
Right, let me throw this in the dark
Yeah.
here, and yeah, there's a lot of things that I try to make insurance a gain and explain it and make sure you have coverage because the last thing you want is an uncovered claim.
Oh,
And like,
for sure.
I actually kind of proud of myself. Like, you haven't had a single complaint about coverage. Sometimes I'm a little busy, with life. Like this week, picking my daughter up, I missed a couple things and I had to finish them up a day late.
Yeah.
But it's just, kind of what it is. And people are really understanding about it. And I'm really appreciative. I'm so thankful that we are where we are with this group.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I can tell someone, hey, I'm running my daughter to school. And he's like, call me right back.
Right.
And if I would have done that 2 years ago, the person would have been like, oh, never mind.
Right.
You're not, like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of relationships is like, people want to know who they're working with. You know what I
Right.
mean? You pretty much get the same stuff no matter where, but like they want to know, and that's like peace of mind too. Is like,
Yeah.
who you're working with, who's around you, and it's really nice to be, accepted in the group. I finally got my gnome from Ben Monsma. I can only tell you
Nice.
what breakthrough that was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
It's again, it's that relationship building, and we talk about it almost every time we do a live. And it's, people get into that whole thing about, advertising and doing all that in that group. And it's like, you need to build relationships. You don't need to be advertising. You can't, like, obviously, yes, you want to advertise. That's the last thing to me on the
right.
list.
People want to see.
It's
right.
the relationship you're creating, and it didn't happen overnight. It takes time, and that's what you've done. Like, how often are you posting for advertising? You don't really.
Right, maybe
Because
once a week, and there's some
right.
weeks I don't because
Yeah.
I'm too busy. Like I have something with my daughter that
Exactly.
day, and I try to be really respectful of my position. I don't want any complaints to the admins about Josh
Right.
is spamming me all the time.
Right.
And, I don't think you can have a single complaint. You can have complaints where I accidentally call you dude or bro, or and I'm like, yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you need a hat, dude. Okay, yeah, I got hats. And I'm really sorry about that. I recently did that with a lady, and she's like, I sent her the wrong hat too.
Oh,
and
dear.
yeah, and this is how like busy I am. That's how I'm gonna
Right.
blame it.
Yeah.
So and it's so funny. It's she's like the biggest person too, and I'm like, oh my god, I just thought I was talking to her husband because everybody has the joint account now.
Right.
And
Yes.
it was hilarious. Like I'm just so thankful she didn't post that picture of like
Yeah. Whenever I have those joint accounts, I'm like, I don't know who I'm talking to. So I'm very
Right.
like trying to be careful.
And I try to, and I'm always respectful, but
Yeah.
it was just like a Friday afternoon, and when you're packing swag up and trying to get it out
Right.
the door, like you're just like,
Yeah.
it's such a hard job. Like people don't realize, like, and I want to say thanks to all the sponsors that do give swag out and mail it because it's such a big project. Like putting together a list of sizes, addresses,
Yeah.
people, it's a big deal. Like I honestly love all the swag I get from suppliers and manufacturers, and it is a big deal. And I'm not even like out there pumping yet, but like I wear it around town, and people
Yeah.
see it, and people comment, and it's like a big deal. And
Yes.
that's why we try to give hats out that make you look professional and sharp. Because you may not have a great logo for your business, but here's something that might help you sell a job too.
Right.
And but
Yeah.
like that's one reason I like to give back. One way I like to give back. But yeah, like it's really interesting how everything happens for a reason too.
Yeah.
And it's kind of aimless, and like we're talking about the relationship building
Yeah.
and stuff. But it's like like I want everybody in that group to have one of our hats. And Mike and we put together that logo. We're
Yeah.
constantly getting hats done, and so it's just going to be a matter of time before there's an army out there.
Yep.
that are ready to spray some foam in our hat. And,
100%. Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it. Like I was trying to like put together a package for you to mail to you. And I was like, I asked you yesterday and I was like, well, maybe I can get it there early AM delivery. Oh, it's $100. Oh, I don't know if she
Oh,
needs the
yeah.
labels t-shirt. Yeah.
This is the thing we were trying to with Haley from Cupslanger. We were trying to figure out some things for shipping up here because it's nuts. Shipping from the US to Canada is insane.
Right, and that's why it's kind of a one-way street right now.
Yeah, it's
But
just no one we like I get it. It is insane cuz somebody else was sending me something. I said, and it was something like, you know, a lanyard and some pens, and I'm like, don't send that. It's gonna cost you $100 to send, like $20 worth of stuff. Like, don't do it. It's all good. I appreciate the thought, but it's crazy. It's
I
so
remember when I sent
crazy.
you that first swag bag from Spray Foam,
Yeah.
the SPFA
Yes.
2018.
Yeah.
That was so cool, and I actually have that for you from 2019. So
Oh,
I
do
still
you?
have that T-shirt. I need to mail it up to you.
Aw,
I have a
that's
yeah,
awesome.
but
Well, save it,
yeah,
and if I'm in when I get to SPFA this year, I'll just get it from you.
that'd be perfect. So I've been
Yeah,
trying to figure
because
out some stuff, but yeah, I'm maybe for winter break here I can fly up to Canada and fly around and get licensed and help you guys. All right,
it
yeah,
hangs
that
on
was
my
so cool.
wall. It hangs on
I
my
filled that out
wall.
this morning too.
I was so excited when I got there. I'm like, oh, I feel like I was there. It was so awesome.
You were there in spirit.
I'm
Okay,
always there
very.
in spirit for sure, for sure. But
Well,
um, what else?
mhm.
What? Okay, so we did overspray. We did tool coverage.
Workers' comp, commercial auto. Commercial auto, too,
What?
people don't
Yeah.
know this. If your driver isn't listed, if your vehicle isn't listed, if your trailer is not listed, it's not covered. So, like, if you let a buddy drive your work truck to the gas station to grab lunch and he wrecks it,
Oh
you might not
yes.
have coverage.
Right.
And we had a guy with a Peterbilt that happened to, and it was a $75,000 truck. So,
Oh jeez.
it's a really bad situation, but, the insurance company is going to cover it, but
Mm-hmm.
he's going to have to pay like a $6,000 back charge for this guy. And,
Wow.
but again, like at least this Peterbilt's covered. So,
Right.
and, like there's really interesting stuff that happens, but, one thing I want to mention too is because of the strength of this group, your purchasing power is huge and there's off books coverage available. So even though something might not be covered technically, I'm going to call the owner of the insurance company up and I'm going to tell them, well, me and my friends won't come to your party anymore unless you play nice with us.
Yeah.
That's as hard as that is. And
Yeah.
so something's kind of, I've been playing hardball in a bunch of different ways with them because, I know that we're sending them money and
Mm-hmm.
maybe this little thing over here wasn't technically covered, but it should be.
Right.
And so, yeah, we're really doing our best. And yeah, we covered a bunch of stuff and I'll be back on soon. I
Yeah.
think we had a pretty good live today.
It was great.
And I miss you. Like,
I
I know
know.
you always live with Mike and,
Yeah.
it's kind of like me, but it's not the same. And so,
I know. You know what? We used to talk a lot more, and I often think like I haven't talked to Josh for a long time. Like I feel kind of bad about that, but I also know how busy you are, so it's hard to get you sometimes. I know too.
right. And I
Yeah.
know your schedule's all penciled in
Oh,
too.
my
So
my
like,
my
I know you're out
scheduling.
there. Right. I love that. It was so funny, like to get Mike on a schedule. Like, and Mo is helping with that too. So,
Yeah,
like we're gonna keep him busy,
that's
and
right. It
we're
takes
pretty
a
excited.
village.
But
It takes a
it takes a
village.
village. Well,
All right.
have a great day,
Yeah, you
and
too. And you've got
why don't we do a giveaway right now
okay.
for the 17 people still here,
All right.
and we'll do everybody that's watching right now. Okay, so everybody that's watching, send me a private message and I'll send you a hat of your choice.
Very
So
nice.
I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna get the people that
There
are
you
on
go.
here. But
Uh-oh. Did we lose him? Uh-oh. I think we lost him. Come back, Josh. So you guys heard that. So everybody that's still on here, Send him a message and you're going to get a hat. So he's going to be busy. He's going to be busy with his swag delivery. But I don't know. Oh, he left us. Hang on. Let me get him back. Let me get him back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Zach, I know. It's why he can't have nice things, right? You guys there's so many comments. I'm going to go back to and go through them. I know. Rude, right, Zach? Holy smokes. I'm trying to add him back on, but he's not coming back. He'll be back. If not, we'll wrap it up. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Daniel, I can hear that. Come back from Titanic. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, if he doesn't come back in the next couple minutes, I will wrap it up. And thank you guys, as always. You guys are the best, and none of this would be possible if we were not all a part of Spray Foam Worldwide. That's why we've all connected and we've all been able to create this family bond that we have. So thank you guys so much. And I'll say goodbye for Josh. Josh says goodbye and thank you. He'll come back on in the comments. But you guys have been awesome, and have a great Saturday. Who's on next week? Oh, next week we have Tyler Fisk coming on. So be ready for that conversation. I'm excited. I've wanted to have Tyler on for a long time too, so I'm looking forward to that. But Chaz Costa, we need to talk because I think you need to come on. Maybe you need to fill that last spot in November because you got lots of things to talk about. But you guys are awesome. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Do one thing today that lights your soul up, and we will talk to you soon.